and welcome to Rock and Snap Live. I am Rock.
What? It's your boy Snap.
Yes, guys, and you know what? Today is the day. Today is the day. We got Gemini Shizzy.
What's up?
In the house.
Listen, if y'all don't know, I always want to say, happy anniversary birthday to hip hop.
For
50
sure.
Oh my
years.
God, 50 years.
For
So
sure.
this
50
is like one of my greatest artists who hopefully will be around to the anniversary of 100. You feel? Hope she on that list. Come tell you, dope MC. Gemini, what's up, mama?
What's up, bro? How
Man,
are you?
I'm blessed, man. Glad to see you here. I know you have a busy schedule.
Too.
I'm glad to see you back.
How many years we've been tapped in?
We've been tapped in
like
for
6 years.
Yeah, like consistently. Everywhere I go, you there. If I make a phone call, bang, she's there. So
Yeah.
I appreciate the love and support.
Every show.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
there. No matter where I'm at, I always come back to see you specifically.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. She did not
you.
acknowledge me. She says it's good to see you,
no,
bro.
no.
So I'm throwing it out there because I know everybody else did too. So I'm throwing it out there anyway.
No.
You know, gotta keep it going.
Family too. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do
it's
that.
really good to see you here today.
Thank you.
You know, and what is going on with you? I mean, I love the music.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the other stuff from back, a little back, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm loving it. And yes, it's 50 years in hip hop, and how does it feel to be a part of that community? Because I'm really like jamming on what you was putting down.
Telling you.
For real.
Everybody's been asking me that. I feel blessed for one because I feel like people underestimate like the power of like hip hop. Period.
Facts.
Like, so without it, like, I wouldn't be this fly. I wouldn't be this cool. I wouldn't be this. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be like. So it's like that was injected into me just naturally. Like, it just kind of found me.
Who inspired you?
It just kind of found me.
It found you.
Yeah, I really grew up with like hip hop like that.
Okay.
So it's not just something I kind of was like, oh, I got an interest, or I heard somebody specifically. Like, literally, I
Give me
felt
one. Give me one.
Jay-Z.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the city. Welcome Beyonce and Jay-Z to the city.
Yeah,
Not-
Jay-Z.
Okay, what about Scorpio and Melly Mel and the Furious Five, Grandmaster?
Of course, but me being a female, I'm gonna say Roxanne Shante. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Queen Latifah, of course.
Yes.
Okay,
Salt and Pepper, the cool.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those, like they were just fly. NTLC for me was like a big.
Yes, indeed.
Even like how I'm dressing today, like it's just. It's
Now,
those women, they just fly and just dope as hell.
And they're the ones that actually broke, into.
Yeah.
I mean, just they paved that way. Let me just say this: Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, Roxanne Shante,
Lauryn
even the other Roxanne. That that little fight between the two.
The real Roxanne.
The real Roxanne. It was a lot of that going. And I remember that. Like, I mean, we were in the middle of it, and
So let me ask you, how did that feel? Like.
To know that we in the middle of it all, and in the beginning of it all, and to see them where they are today, it's I don't know, just to be a part of it. It's just, I'm elated. Let me just say that.
I'm straight up, being from New York, the mecca of music. It was just, for me, it was definitely that era because we didn't understand what was coming because it was brand new. They said it was gonna last. So, but hip hop was. If it wasn't for hip hop, there wouldn't be no Snap Judgment. I just say that straight up because hip hop was what we brewing. But now watching it, we just thought it was it's fun. But after, like, it's history. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's history.
That's what
So
I'm
it
saying.
is history.
Like, for y'all, it's like
For me, it was, I guess. Well, put it this way, because I actually hung out with them and backup dancing for them. It was just to know. You are part of something like that, and to know where it is today, it's like, wow, it gives me chills. It does. It gives me chills.
I would too. That's why I'm just even like, well, I wasn't around when it started, but just like even like seeing the evolution of it. Like, I'm 30 years old now, so it's like
we still fighting for it.
That's what I'm saying. Now. And it's like it's crazy just to see like even when I was doing my history and just seeing where it started and where it's at now, it's like, man, this thing is like. Who would have expected it to do
I don't think
and provide all of this?
The grinding that it took. You've been there. I'm Snap. The grinding that it took, and to watch them go through what they had to go through,
really
and then putting it out there,
right
right? And the fight that they had to go through, especially for a woman.
Right.
You know,
especially for y'all, you know, seeing y'all women now.
Yeah,
it's different because you know we've seen the Roxanne Shante, we've seen the MC Lights, we've seen the Salt and Pepper. You know, they all have their image, so we was all want to be fly in different ways, but it was just they wasn't in competition. You know, to kill each other. We just better than y'all. We can rap better than y'all. But now it's more like my crew better, we do better. You know, it's the competition of blocks and who we are now than just doing a beat. No, we're flyer. Queens is good. No, Brooklyn's good. We're gonna show you. See, we got a dance step.
And now, that's what I wanted to say was that there was no competition. There was no hate on one another.
It was like hate, but it wasn't.
It wasn't like you want to beat you. You want to fight.
Are doing well with that now.
Yeah, I think women. Yes.
They're like. They're making a statement, and it's like the first time you've seen all of that going on. Like when it first started with like all the different flavors, it's like now it's like women are kind of on top and they're kind of leading the way because. And
that's why I want to get to with you. It's more of since you're in hip hop now. Now to me it's more rise of the women now. Don't know someone, but I see a lot of them and hear of them. Yeah. To me, it's a style for me to be like, oh, I know their names, Lotto and all them, but to me they're all rapping and doing the same. You know, when we was growing up, MC Light didn't sound like Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah didn't sound like Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill didn't sound like Roxanne Shante. Like when you heard the voice, you know who they are. Now, but so with you coming up, how does that feel and put you in what lane would you clarify yourself as?
It's so funny. I was just telling Travis this the other day, like I truly before when I met you sometimes when you put out good music, it's like, damn, I feel like it's my time. But he was telling me the other day, he was like, Gemini, he was like, it's so funny because even though there's a million other people or females doing what you're doing, like you still have your own lane to this day. So I would say prematurely, I would consider myself like a pioneer of what's to come after I set the example for all that's already going on, just as far as like, I really prided myself on like artist development, making sure I study, making sure I know what I'm doing with my voice, making sure that I'm not putting out records that sound like any other, the Lottos or Cardi or whatever, not in a competition space, but just like, let's kind of like put a gap in between like what's what. You know what I'm saying? Because now it all sounds like just one big ass song. So, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think like, okay, for the Missies and the TLCs, like if all of that's cool, but it's like what is going to be the music that's sampled 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Because right now everybody's burning out the samples from when the originals have done it already.
Correct.
So my idea is to change the narrative of it. Like, let's have different dialogues in the music opposed to just like party, party, party. I ain't no party girl. I chill. I'm laid back. I'm not really like the, let's be outside type. And it's a whole bunch of other females, even the ones that they look up to. Cardi and them, they're married. They have families. Why they don't talk about that? Just regular stuff. And you could be cool with it. You don't have to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's because, they got to put that image out there just so they can make some money.
I mean, but to me, it ain't about that money, though.
No, I know. Like, to you, it's not. But
the
you
connection, but I feel like you can do it all, though. I'm not excluding that from my image. I'm a, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. But I'm just saying, though, just you could say something, you could still look sexy, you could look cool, but it don't always got to be like, that's not just a woman. So if I talk to you off record, we're not going to just talk about dudes that we deal with, how big we're going to talk about like regular things.
Yes.
So woman to woman, just off of that, we have so much in common.
Yes.
Rapper or no rapper.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So why is that not like a cool thing?
So what do you talk about, or let me just say, what do you rap about or represent on your music?
I'm just authentic. Like, I just rap about like experiences.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm conservative to a certain point just because I feel like every woman should be. But at the same time, it's not like I'm sitting you down and like, yeah, like let's go back to no disrespect, but it's not to go back and like MC Light you or Queen Latifah you.
Right.
But it's like, it's 2023, so I'm gonna give you game for now.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? So I just try to say something that's like transparent to where people could just feel me.
Okay.
So not more so like, oh, let me just be super lyrical. Like, that's not really a way to penetrate and cut it.
Just being authentic.
Just have a conversation. And if you think about it, that's all people want these days. They just want a conversation.
That's like the first time I seen you. I think you was performing downtown at a little spot, and I just seen you, and I was like, who is that? You know, then I followed you. You know, I was like, you know, I got to get in contact with you because if nobody has seen a Gemini Shizzy show, like it's to me what turned me on about you was your entertainment, your stage presence. You really rocked the crowd and got into it, and I was like, she's dope. And you was more like you said. You remind me, and my stage it's a great compliment. It's Missy. You know, you treat me you're like a Missy.
Yeah.
But when you start spitting. Boy, you sound like you Fox Brown up in that one over
yeah.
So but your style is like, you know, some people can rap but they can't perform. You know, you basically have it all, and that's why I always kept you close, because to me you're just one hit away, and you might need, you know what I'm saying, you're just one song away, and I'm gonna give you that praise.
When I did listen to your music, as I was listening to your music, it took me back. It reminded me of that old school. I don't like to say old school, but back then, you know what I'm saying? A Queen Latifah, MC Light, and it made me. It was relaxing to hear it, and I was cruising with it, you know. So it felt really good. I liked
that's
it.
good. My latest single, Life Is Short,
I'm sorry,
is like is really penetrating in a way. Like I've had, like, you know, every time you get one of them ones, you're like, oh, this the one. But like this one specifically, like I performed it the first time like 2 weeks ago, and like, no lie to y'all, I had people like in tears.
That's music.
Now, people I've never met before, just off of like the feeling of it, and that was the whole purpose of the new single Life Is Short, because it's like, even from the title, like people get so caught up in like just oh yeah, da 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 da, like. People are dying, people are sick, you know what I'm saying? People, like, things are changing. So my thing is like, let's really like appreciate music, and like people don't understand what music does for us. When we go through heartbreaks, will we turn on our favorite song? When we represent somebody who passed away, it's a song that you might post on the caption.
Correct.
Or when you think about your engagement or your wedding, it's always a song attached to a moment. Yeah. So it's like, for me, I'm like, I don't think it's cool that y'all treating this as if it's just like any other thing just to make some money. See, and that's what I want to do. So that's how I'm coming back. It's just like having fun with it and just really connecting with people instantly. So that's where I'm coming from at this angle.
Do you feel discouraged sometimes? Because I know it's like it's a long journey to get to where you want to be, where you think you should be, and you got, you know, it seems like everybody wants to sing and rap now. Yeah. So for somebody who's trying to do it, and you know, some days you're gonna have your bad days, some years you're gonna have your bad days. What has been to keep you going, keep that grind going? What made you, Gemini Shizzy, keep on top?
I used to get discouraged sometimes. Not like in the sense of like, it was just like sometimes it was hard for my passion to sit back and watch, like, damn, I know I could do that. I know my songs is hitting a little better than that. And there's no shade, but it's like when you sit back and you happy for people that's winning, and you know, like,
feel like you're better than them.
Not even that. It's just like sometimes it's hard doing the right thing, because I could have been in a position where Lotto is, or Cardi, or any of them. It's easy. I could just do what they do.
What is that?
I could, and it's no, please don't spin it like this, y'all. It's no disrespect, but I could mimic all of those records. I could make a song that sounds like that, or this or that. I could take off my clothes and do the same thing. Right. That's what I mean when I say it could be duplicated. Right. So it's like, for me, sometimes it was discouraging, just like being happy for them, but at the same time just like being patient and trying to really make the space for when it's my time. And I know, like, I could have done that, but I also just know, like, I can't. If I do that, I'm letting down people like you guys, because y'all been there and y'all fell in love with like the fact that, like, yo, like, this is raw. And sometimes that's just not appreciated. Right. So I used to be like that, but now, just through experience, like, I'm grateful that I didn't do
follow
it.
That lead.
I didn't. I just stayed on 10, because now the lane is so wide open. Okay. Yes. And I literally can feel like it's time for that, because it's like this going on, and it's like it's letting me know. Right. All that's going on, but they still need what you have to provide. So here we go. Okay. You know, so now everybody can see it. So it won't be overshadowed. It won't be like, oh, we missed it. Like when that train really gets moving, it's gonna be like, what the hell? Where did this come from? Da 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 da. Like she's this. The music is crazy. She could get on stage, and that's the triple threat. And that's why I'm glad I waited too, cause I be watching. I don't just like when I'm on my hiatuses, I'm paying attention. So even the new ones that's out, I'm like, yeah, they could do this. They could put the record. Some of them got the little ba ba ba, but can't none of them make better records than me. Can't none of them give a better connection to the people, and then they can't see me on stage.
Yes. I think that's definitely a 10 because, me doing showcases, you're always there.
Yeah.
And, you want to see talent where you hear a great song, but when you hear the artist see a performance, like,
it don't
makes
translate.
you turn away. That's what made me like a lot of basketball players. I like a lot of other rappers because I didn't like the song until I seen the video or see them on stage. It's like, oh, now, boy, I'm feeling the song now. Sometimes it's transparent.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But I definitely appreciate that that you put your effort in doing that because a lot of women need to. It's not just being on stage and just singing a song. Sometimes you gotta make us feel it. Make us one, especially old school. We old school,
But see, that's what I'm saying.
We had dancers behind us that make the song dope. You know what I'm saying?
Before the internet, it's like it's half and half. Like I have a lot of supporters who are like, you know what I'm saying, in their mid 30s, 40s, stuff like that. So like I know what y'all appreciate, but then at the same time, I have to. Rap is a young person's game, so it's like I still have to be able to translate to both. So what I've noticed is like people can't translate their records from like. Hearing it on the radio and performing it. See me, I'm gonna bust you in your head from the time you hear it. You're gonna be like, oh. And then even when you see it on stage, it's going to close the deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I want it. That's how I feel like we need more superstars that way. Because once Beyonce is done, it's done. Yeah. Once Chris Brown is done, it's a wrap.
Who's after them?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's after them?
Exactly.
You have Gemini Shizzy.
No, of course. So when you're what makes... do you get a track first and rap to it, or do you rap to the track, or
you have a vision? Do you have a vision
on it?
If I could, and this is where I got to give myself more credit as well, because like I'm a producer as well. Okay. So like, if I hear it and it naturally just, that's how I know. But if it doesn't, I'll skip past it, because that means that's not speaking to me in some type of way. Or sometimes like. With this new record I have, Tasha Couture, shout out to her too. She gave me this beat like 3 years ago at a writing camp they had for me. And I heard it, and sometimes it'd be like, oh, but it just ain't time for it. So I sat on it and I was like, that's gonna be a big record one day. And I cut it, and that's the latest one, and I promise you, that's probably my best record that I have.
What's the name of it again?
Life is Short.
Life is Short. That's a new. We're gonna play that at the end of the show. Probably
crazy.
So it's
crazy.
Give me now I know everyone has been listening, so and they probably already you probably already told us who you are. Mm-hmm. But in 5 words, can you tell us who is Gemini Shizzy?
Well, first I am, vaguely speaking, I'm a God-fearing woman. I am just.
That's one.
You mean like just more words that describe me?
Just 5 words. Mm-hmm.
Passionate, daring, godly, and just authentic.
Okay. All right then.
Okay. If Swiss call you right now and give you opportunity to go. Yeah. Okay. You know. Okay. If what's the goal?
Just making sure
because listen, I mean, she freestyle. She does it all. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all did your research prior to y'all coming on the show. But if he was to call you and be like, "This is your opportunity. Give me someone in verses you would want to go against that you feel like
collaborate
that you
with?
Feel like you can not only collaborate. Who you feel like
I
can get at that.
Okay.
Who would you put yourself? Who would you put yourself towards?
Anybody?
Because we watch verses now and it's like, I want this person, I want that person. So it's more like a battle. But if you was to get on, who would you want to battle? Yeah, who would you think you would want to battle? Not even record for record, just I know I'm better than that girl.
Oh damn.
I mean, hey, why? Claim it.
I mean, it's rap.
I was talking about collaboration, but I want to know about the collaboration too.
But go ahead. Who would you want to battle?
Who would you want to
get in the game?
I'm gonna take Nicki.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
She's considered to be the most successful female rap artist. So, but I know that I can put that in the bag for sure.
Okay.
Record for record, freestyle, whatever.
Okay. So Nicki Minaj, she would battle. Okay. And who would you collaborate with?
Oh, too many.
Because to me, you're to me, the little female that just did Busta Rhymes song. Now she's blown up. She made it. Yeah. But so to me, I think you're a collab away from a hit. Because you already got, you feel what I'm saying? So I can see you remixing or getting with somebody who, OG and really take you to. Because I think that's what got the shorty. To be honest, I think my opinion is what made her. I mean, she probably was fire, but that really made her with the Busta.
Right,
so I think you're just the same action.
That's in the works though.
See, I already know.
Okay.
That's in the works though.
So who would you collaborate with?
Just one person?
Okay, or a couple. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna do Pharrell.
Okay.
Yes.
Timbaland.
I can see you on the Timbaland beat.
Oh, yeah, Timbaland.
Because you, like I said, you're a Missy
Timbaland.
type.
Yeah, right. Missy into content.
Kanye.
Yeah. Okay.
You going to the hood.
Weezy. No, I'm saying those the heavy hitters though. I want those.
Where is Kanye?
Weezy, Kanye.
He's somewhere.
He's somewhere without wearing deodorant. I don't know.
Which Kanye?
I don't know where Kanye is.
Which one?
Okay, the beginning.
This 5, 6.
The beginning of it.
About 5, 6 Kanye.
Okay, maybe the second Kanye.
Is it Ye, Con, K? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
Which one?
I would take the second. I'd take the second one.
What's the Rockefeller Kanye?
He's somewhere.
What he said? But his wife is complaining that he's really his older.
He got married against his Kim, right?
Yes, his wife, his current wife, is saying that she can't be around because his stench. Okay, moving on.
Oh wow.
It's in the news. What you want? Go ahead.
Damn.
What's up?
I just see he's alive. I just keep going.
I don't know where he is.
I don't know, child.
Pray for you, champ. Love you.
Yeah, we gonna pray for you, honey. Please come back.
I don't even remember where
who you collaborate.
I stopped at Kanye. I want to work with SZA.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
I want to work with SZA. I want to work with Donnell Jones.
You see, that's why
Donnell. He's doing a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of writing. So old school, they doing a lot of
definitely.
Stuff,
that's where the money at writing.
Yeah, I've been writing as well too.
Okay.
I picked up a writing gig.
Okay.
For some major female artists.
I think that's
we're gonna keep our fingers crossed on that too.
Oh, I hope.
That's what I'm saying. I'm busting their heads on every end.
I mean, that's why for the show, for y'all attending watching the show, one of the favorite video that I love, is Beg Me, which took it to it's Beg Me.
Oh, Beg Me, right.
It's more with the R&B joint, but it seems like it's more R&B where that's why I think you have an older audience because your rap is not, suck my
ratchet. It's not ratchet.
It's not ratchet. It's more like taking time. Then you go in the Waffle House and niggas feel good, so I'm gonna give them something to eat.
That's
type.
what I said.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be like, you gonna eat it like Waffle House. Nah, you're gonna smooth it out. It's like,
it's
that was a nice bar.
I call it wifey music.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's side chick music to me. Like you giving a guy like the wifey vibes. You take your time. You don't give it all at once. You have a convo, and then you make them wanna marry you. Make them wanna act right.
Yes.
And then they stay forever. So that's how I look at if it does get to a explicit verse for me, is more so like that, not more so like you could just.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not make them think about it for a second.
Music is not this. Okay, remember back in the 70s and the 80s, music like let's just say Teddy Pendergrass or the Whispers or what may have you. They were still telling you what they wanted.
But she had to guess.
But you did not. It didn't say. It didn't put out pussy. It didn't put out dick. It didn't say that. But it's.
That's why I said it was an old soul. You gotta You gotta guess her music. Like Cameo.
And that's suggestive.
Yeah, when Cameo said Candy, I really thought. nigga was going to the store getting some candy.
But
you know, as you got older, you're like, oh shoot, he's talking about that.
But wait a minute. And what about brown sugar?
I
Brown
thought you were talking about sugar. Brown sugar.
I thought you were talking about the woman.
See,
no, he
exactly.
talking about the doggone weed.
So,
no,
Mary Jane. I really thought he was talking about a woman, but he was talking. But you know, because back then we were young, so but kids here now, pussy fuck and stuff.
It's like, yo,
yes,
wait a minute.
It made you have to think about the song, like, ooh.
And that's what people need to do now. Sometimes they need to just think, you know. But then you got to make them feel it at the same time. So like that's my remedy, and that's the secret code to it. And also, like, a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
R&B is my first love, not rap.
I can hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I'm emotional, I'm sensitive. I like to feel.
You're Gemini.
Yeah. So hey man, why y'all be hating on Gemini?
Now let me tell you,
like
you know I can't hate because you know the story. Like my mother and the mother of my 2 children I'm raising, y'all had the same birthdays.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's June 6th.
Love your kids too. They always reach out to me on IG all the time, especially your daughter. She always hits me on IG.
So what inspired you to go into rap and then from the R&B? What, you know?
Well, rap was just like, it started as just like poetry. Like I'm very shy, very conservative. So like when you growing up in certain environments, like I was a loner. So like I used to just sit back, just be observing things, and I start, you know, just expressing it through poems and stuff. And then they became raps. And then I was just like, all right, you know, I got in the booth one day and it went from there.
If you was to change anything about music, if they gave you the ambassador, what would you change about it?
What would I change about it? I would change, or I would advise labels to get back to actually investing in artists who have talent. And I would change the narrative of like music just being all about money, getting a bag. And you know, now it's like people or labels or whatever expect the artist to already come fully packaged in order for them to invest. You know what I'm saying? So I would just, that's the part I don't agree with.
Because I say, you know, when we grew up, I didn't know, but we did know, but we didn't compare until we got older, where it was this difference between a rapper and somebody in hip hop.
Right.
You know, back then, hip hop was KRS-One, you know, EPMD and all that stuff. But then, rap was you know more of the brand Nubians. You know, it was more with the message in it.
Right,
so it was more. Then they turned it around where mainstream, now the underground is the mainstream music now that we talking about, the dirt.
Now people want to
be
independent.
Sense. Now people want to be independent. Back then they were saying anything just to get on that label.
Well, because there's a lot of the back end, you know, behind the scenes stuff is going on, so that's why they're choosing to go back to being independent. You know, you're dealing with the riffraff of contracts and all that other stuff.
That too, and see now majors are like, some of them are screaming to get out of their contracts to go independent now because they've realized that there's no real value in having a record label for one, especially when you expect an artist to come with their own fan base already. See, that's the part that doesn't make sense to me. It's like if I work to build this fan base, it makes no sense for me to get into and give all my foundation to a label situation unless it's a partnership. And see, like for me, like I got signed in 2020, right, by a producer, and you know things didn't work out. I was dropped from that label, but it also, so that put me in a position we was talking about earlier about the team, where I had to go back to the drawing board and build that foundation, and that taught me a lot. It messed my head up for a while. Sure. Yeah. I really lost like my confidence as an artist because you get into these situations, you get invested, you know, you try to, you know, making the best music of your life, and it's like, and it's like, I ain't appreciate that, right? Especially because y'all know me, I'm not one of those artists where like I don't work, so you ain't got to babysit me. I'm gonna get my hands in and I'm gonna do the dirty work. So I didn't appreciate that. So I was like, you know what? I'll never put myself in a position where like anybody could take that from me and set me back. So I'm gonna stay doing what I was doing until I feel like there's enough leverage for me to sit down and get what I actually want, get in advance and get this and that to enhance what I'm already doing. And I think that's something that a lot of these major artists, they envy. Even like artists like me, who's smaller than them, with less of a budget, less of a fan base, because I have something that they don't have. They don't have their freedom to just do whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And what I'm doing makes sense, especially now with social media. So it's like, I would just tell artists, like, if you really want it, you'll find a way to make it work. Yeah. I didn't have any mentors or like everything that I am. I just watched, and I wanted it that bad. Okay, let me learn how to record myself. Let me learn how to engineer. Let me learn how to do my graphics. Let me learn how to produce exclusively. Let me see if I can hear what I learned. All of those things, because for one, I didn't have the money to do it, but I knew that I could do it. Right. So that's why I always say, if you really, really want this, like, you're gonna find a way to do it. Yes. It's YouTube. You know how many things I've learned from YouTube.
So you think that's the difference between, as you say, an independent and somebody not signed for somebody? Because basically, somebody signed somebody, you're getting everything that you're supposed to get instead of somebody doing it yourself. Yeah,
like, absolutely. I think that is more beneficial now for, like, it, or it just depends on what you want. You know, at the moment, like, for like other artists I've seen, and I'm not gonna name anybody, but I've been in those rooms where like those people are getting signed to like Rock and Atlantic, and I'm looking like,
and they're giving some stuff away, mind you. It's not for free.
Yeah, for sure. But see, to me though, I'm about my business. I'm a hustler first. Yeah. So like, I'm from up north, so you already know we ain't even going for none of that. Nope. So it's like, I'm looking, it's right. Yeah, right. So it's like that, and that's what I was saying before. Like, I'm thinking like I could have done that stuff, but it's like, it wouldn't have done me any justice. I would just be a sellout at that point. Yeah. So everything I would say would be a lie. I can't stand for that. So, but now it's like, labels are calling me with my 9,000 followers. $200 budget that I got just from working. but you see, because people see the value in what it's going to be. So now everybody's looking at like, oh, we got to get her before she get 1.2K. So now it's like label wars. Like, they looking, but you know, people, we can't really do it because your number's too low. That's fine. I don't whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But they still watching though, because it's like, they know. It's just like stocks. They see, like, you know, and they could kind of predict where it's about to go. So now they all like, shit, what we gonna do? We gonna get her? We gonna now leave me alone. I'm gonna show you something.
You're right, exactly.
I think, like she just explained, most of y'all who want to follow and be something, sometimes if you believe in it, don't follow the numbers. You know, but like I said, always believe in yourself. And the same thing they do with Snap. Where you at? Where you at? What I know I've been missed is when the show's not here and I didn't see you last week. Wow, so people are watching.
People are always watching, but that don't mean that they're always engaging. Correct. Even if they don't like you. So I stopped. That's keep
scrolling.
That's funny you say that, because like that was gonna be the idea of my next campaign, was just like, F the algorithm, F the numbers, because that's what keeps me from being my best self as an artist, because everything is about content and numbers and just that. Now I
hate that.
We all hate it, and it really takes a toll on artists who care about it. Yes. Because it puts you in a position. That's the only pressure that comes with it. It's like, damn, I gotta do this for this, and it's just like, nah, F all that. I'm just gonna have a great time. And that's where the energy comes into place, and it's gonna translate.
Exactly.
It kills you when somebody, let me get your IG. How many numbers you followed you got? I don't care, but you only got 900. But guess what? Out of 900, I probably talked to 800 of them, but I'm close to mine. You think Jay-Z got their million? You think how many he talked to?
And some of them not even real. You know, you
can buy them. Exactly.
Numbers can be false too. It's a numbers game, but like I said, I've seen how they even do it in those rooms. Them YouTube screens don't look like how ours do. When so-and-so drops a video, so you mean to tell me it's 2 million people that was waiting up for you all night to watch your video?
Hit. Come on.
Right.
Don't make sense, right? Right. Okay, then. So I ain't worried about these numbers. I'm going to bust y'all with my records sound better than that.
Yes.
So eventually it's going to catch on. It's going to hit. And when them real numbers, when my real 2.8 come in, it's curtains for all of that.
Right.
You know? Right. So I'm not really concerned with that. As far as the numbers,
you shouldn't, but she's absolutely correct.
What's the most important thing you have learned about yourself in this business?
Oh, just character. Like, I can't play with it. I can't let you play with it. I can't let nobody play with it. And it really depends on what you want out of it. I've learned how strong I am. I've seen how resilient I am. I've chased a lot of things in my life, but I have never I've never came close to like this music thing. Even at my lowest, it was like I never had a thought about giving up. Like it's something that I have to do it or I'll die.
So you never thought about giving up?
Never.
Okay.
I just always, my thing was, okay, what can I do next?
Gotcha.
Always. So it's just like,
Yep.
Like I said, I'm one of them ones that like, I'll die about it. I honestly, honest to God, I would die about it. Because if I don't, it's a lifestyle for me. It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna make some good music for people to just know. Like if I don't do this, I can't live. Right. It's to that point. So like, I'm just blessed to be able to have that gift, and I take pride in the fact that I was responsible with it. Because a lot of people could be like, no, they this and that, right, and they would take advantage of it. But I understand, like, God gave it to me, but he could also take it and give it away to somebody else. Anything could happen. I could lose my voice for the rest of my life.
All right, don't be no Fox Brown. We don't need that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Don't be no BD Siegel.
You see what I'm saying?
Fact,
so I understand, like, and I've seen, even at my level, I've seen what like my music can do. I'm like, oh shit, this ain't nothing to play with. And it scares me in a good way, because like, and Travis just told me this. He was like, once it hits, like, do you understand like what you're doing? And I'm like, I probably don't, but I also know that I need to do right by it. And that's something that I don't see a lot of people doing, is just doing right. Integrity. Yeah. A lot of people don't have integrity. They don't. They're just out there just. So when I'm doing it, it seemed like, oh my God, this is the dopest thing ever. And it's like, no, it's just, I'm really simple. I just believe in what I believe. I'm going to stand on it. I respect something, and I'm going to have integrity. Right. That's it.
Have you did a song and just listen to it, was like, nah, that ain't it, and do it all over again?
Hell yeah. Like, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't even finish a song. I never finish songs unless I know it feels like one of those ones. So like I'll cut the first verse and the hook only. So the second verses are always open. Gotcha. So my test is when I get in the car. So when I get in the studio, I'll bounce it out, send it to me. I get in the car, listen to it. If I don't get lost when I'm driving, I don't even play. I'll like sell it, you know, or put it to the side for like placements, or like somebody else might like this song or something like that. Right. But for me, I have a whole different like catalog for just like my stuff. Okay. All
right, y'all. Don't be taking no tips from my sis. But
no, I'm just saying.
No, but I mean, it's almost. I mean, it is, because I've heard other people say the same thing.
In the studio, like sometimes they be drunk, you high, you lit. You might think it's like that. When I'm sober and I get in the car.
She said I was sober.
No, I'm saying like when my high come down, I get in the car, I listen to it. It got to feel a certain type of way, and if it does, all right, let's cut the second verse, you know, or let's figure out who can make this record better. Do we need to send it out to somebody, or do I need to get a feature, or let me just play with it? Right. That's how they come. Okay. They're never forced.
How you predict a track for someone? Like you just said, how would you? Yeah, this is a song I can get loud on, or I just want it to myself. How you predict, or you just?
It's like, so the songwriting thing came from like this artist that was on my last project. She's a songwriter. She wrote for like Coco Jones, and she does like Disney voice covers and stuff like that. She's amazing. So she let someone from her team hear the song that we did, and he was just like blown away by it. He was like, yo, who's that girl? Like, you know, I could use her for, you know, some of these rap placements or whatever. So we got to doing that. So with that, it's like, it depends on what they're looking for, or like what we want. You know, when you write, you want a successful hit, right? Of course. So you also have to think about, okay, where is Cardi at in her life? Where is Megan at in her life? Okay. Where is, you know, Chloe or whatever? So we kind of just get the vibe, and then we kind of just like, all right, of course I have to study their cadence, how they, even like I have to change my voice to kind of like sell it to them, you know? So that's how they kind of come about, just kind of putting yourself in a different perspective off of just what you hear and see from them. Correct. So it's weird, but it's also kind of fun for me because I'm a Gemini, so like I could be flexible and morph into this person and then morph into that person. So like songwriting is actually very good for me. It's fun, and it also helps me learn how to make records, not just songs, right? Yeah. Records that can compete. You know what I mean? Because you hear a lot of good songs, right? Right. But you'll know a record if I could put my song in there with the rotation with Cardi and Megan or whatever's going on the radio. Right. That's how you know. And it's elements to making a record. Okay. Sometimes making big records are very simple. I've learned that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just like Pharrell, 'cause I'm happy. If you could whistle it, they consider that a hit.
Okay.
If a kid can sing it or somebody could, it's simple.
Right.
Those are big records, not the ones that we think is just like, oh, this will go in the club. Like, no, like universal records. Can it speak to grandma? Can it speak to little baby? If the baby hear it, can the baby wiggle it and play it on the piano with one key? Right. So that's what I've learned too. Okay. From songwriting.
What's your best asset?
My best asset is that I'm a team player.
You are. Okay.
I'm a team player. Even if it's just me. I have my own team inside myself. Okay. Two.
Okay. How many members on that team?
It depends on the job that need to get done. I got to split it. One day I got to be boss, and one day I got to be artist. The next day I have to be producer. The next day I got to write down a video treatment. It just depends.
Right. See, I like that. I always tell people, like, there's three sides of me. Yeah. And, there's Jermaine, there's Snap, and there's Thurst. So, I mean, I'm a team player to myself, so it depends on what you
how
get.
many sides you got? Woo-wee!
Bipolar. What's that song you got? Bipolar? Many.
Bipolar 3 might be coming soon.
She got Andrietta, she got Rock, she got Dret. I mean, how many you got?
Okay, I don't know what to say.
He just named George.
I mean, how many sides as far as what I do or the names you're saying?
Like your team and yourself, like.
If I gotta be the artist, or I gotta be the voiceover, or I gotta be the radio host, or I gotta be the I have to be the stage manager. I had to be the it's just I had to learn all the choreographer.
That's
what
I'm saying.
Or I had to. It is
there's a bunch of teams in her.
I had to learn all those things, and just so I can just keep going and whatever Gosh, man,
it's a lot.
So yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah. So what's the next project besides Life Short?
No project in the works as of right
EP?
now.
No album coming out or?
Now I'm not gonna do an album for a while.
Okay. What's a while? I'm just disappointed.
No. Y'all gonna get these tunes for sure. Y'all still gonna get the music, but we in the process of trying to work this thing.
You revamping some things is what you're saying?
No, like just working my rollouts and my vision and just trying to run, just like when presidents run for office, right? Mm-hmm. They run campaigns. Mm-hmm. They go out, talk to people. They get people to da-da-da. So that's how I'm taking the approach. Instead of just giving y'all an album and it's sitting and not do well, I'm going to take single by single and we're going to work it until we get, and we'll know when it's time, but it's not time for a project right now.
Well, that's smart. You're doing it the smart way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One by one. Any features that we should expect soon? Or you want to leak it? Something.
No features as of now, but I've gotten some emails from me doing features on some other people's things.
Okay, I be getting people that they be like, "Yo, I wanna." So, I try to keep you.
If I like it, I'll do it. That's just my thing. If I just don't like, I'm not gonna force it. Cause everybody be like, oh, let's work, and it's like, and I've gotten bad messages, people coming at me, yo, I sent you I sent you this song, and it's no disrespect. It's like, and somebody just told me last week that I was Hollywood. I'm like, man, come on, man. If you don't like a song, why would? And then that puts, no disrespect, but that puts you in a bad position because now people are gonna like my verse more than your song. So that's not fair to both of us. I want to like what you doing too. So it's we both could, but they don't see it that way. I'll pay you. I don't want your money if I don't like it. If somebody doesn't like my song, I would take it disrespectfully if you took my money and just did it because I gave you money.
Right.
That makes more sense. But I guess I guess I'm Hollywood.
Well, before we leave, you already know this is
dark today. I tell you, they're dark.
This is entertainment. Your Mount Rushmore of music. I ain't gonna say hip hop because you're both.
Just
so
period.
you give me your 5 Mount Rushmore in your head of Gemini Shizzy.
Beyonce.
Okay.
I'm gonna go all women just off.
Okay. That's you. That's your Mount Rushmore. I can't change it. Mm-hmm.
Take that back. Beyonce. Gemini Shizzy.
That's right.
Okay.
Don't judge me for this one, but I'm gonna say it. Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle. Okay.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go J. Cole.
Is that a light skin thing? You name over a light skin cat.
I guess
Red is back in, baby. Red is back in, baby.
But I do have a question. Have a question. Why Gemini Shizzy? Besides I know you're Gemini, but why Gemini Shizzy?
Why not Gemini Shizzy?
Why? What is Shizzy? I'm sorry. What is Shizzy?
Don't look at me. That's her name.
What is Shizzy? So
no, I'm sorry. I just
so my
it's different.
I grew up in a project, so like my
projects.
I grew up in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Like close to Philly, Harrisburg or whatever. So project, but you get nicknames. Mm-hmm. So I'm cat's out the bag. My first name is Shantae.
See, I never knew
so
that.
Shizzy, Shantae, Shizzy.
That's
so if your
Shizzy
name is Jermaine, your name would be like
mine was Maine.
Maine. So your name would be like Miz or like J Miz or
so
something
that's where
like that.
Shizzy come from.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes from like my neighborhood. So like that was when I first started doing music. So I always wanted to keep that. And then I said I need something that like describes me a little bit more. I was like Gemini.
Gotcha. Because you're a Gemini.
To the core.
Yeah, okay.
So everything about me is Gemini, so it just made sense.
So if people want to get in contact with you for any features, anything, how can they contact you on your medias?
Yeah, you can hit me on my Instagram, Gemini Shizzy, GEMINISHIZZY. Just send me a nice DM. Come correct.
You just said send me a nice DM.
Trust me, she will. I'm speaking to Nah, she will not hit you immediately, but she will hit you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you.
I got personal phone calls, so I ain't gotta do.
He got my number. They family. They got numbers. But yeah, just come correct, please, and we'll work it out.
Now, what you say when they come correct? You saying that they might send you some music? Is what you're saying?
No, because somebody.
3 minutes.
Okay.
Somebody told me I was Hollywood and really wrote me a paragraph.
You're Holly good. You're Holly good. That's what we're gonna say.
We're gonna stop. They was trying to say.
Yeah, they was upset like, oh, you seen the message, you didn't reply, you Hollywood.
Okay, first of all, anyway, moving on.
Hey, find somebody else to tag. Y'all know what it is, man. Listen, we want to thank Gemini Shizzy for coming through.
Yes.
Next week, we have Final Score Entertainment CEO Tito Montana will definitely be in the building.
Yes.
Like I said, this is music. We're celebrating the 50th anniversary birthday of hip-hop. But for Thurst Thoughts,
thank you.
Do not judge anyone's life unless you walked into their shoes. If you have not walked into their shoes, please don't judge them. Move on.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, being beautiful me, change the way you think. So you change your world. We see you next week, guys, here on Rock and Snap Live.
What? Bang.
Father, forgive me for my sins. Put out my demons in this pen. Lord, I'm just trying to get it right. I've been broke as a bitch, laying on couches and moping this shit. Fuck being loyal, I'm over this shit. Pouring my liquor, I'm coping this shit. I was losing my mind, I was losing myself. Feeling like I don't need nobody else. Got me feeling like I don't need nobody else. You walked away when I needed your help. If a nigga leave me, then I do it myself. Niggas put the queen on the shelf. Close